My name is Melinda Kelly. I'm Executive Director of Chatham Business Association. And Chatham Business Association is a 41-year organization whose interest is to support the economic or commercial corridors in the community. We're a city delegate agency. So our job is in every field to lend support to create, sustain, and identify business initiatives that hopefully create employment and improve quality of life in our community. So I have counterparts throughout the city of Chicago, and that's what we do here. We assist with access to capital, workforce training and development, contract opportunities, and we try to make sure that we stay on the forefront of legislation that might hurt small businesses. So advocacy is part of it as well.
Well, in class, we're learning a lot about public housing, and we've read a lot of books and stuff, so our questions kind of pertain to that because we're really interested.
Okay.
And one of our first questions would be like, how old were you when you moved into public housing?
I was a little under 10 years old, probably 8 or 9.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And
I'm 99 now.
You look good.
You
look great.
And
I'm almost 60 now.
oh,
Yeah.
no, you do look great.
You look great
That
still.
was a while ago.
But do you have any memories of what your first thoughts of public housing were before you moved in, and then maybe like even a few years after you moved in, like your whole idea of public housing?
Sure. I remember I moved into public housing, probably like most other families. My mom and dad were divorcing, and public housing was a program that was always, or we were of the impression it was to give you a helping hand when a family needed help with living that they could afford. And the goal was to move into public housing, get on your feet, and then always move out of public housing. So the day that my mom, who was a single mom and she had 3 girls, decided to move in there, I distinctly remember the conversation. I remember her fear because she had 3 daughters, and I mean, it was new for her. She was going from becoming a housewife to now she had to take care of 3 kids, to now she had to move into a new environment, now she had to get a job, and what that meant. But I do remember her distinctly saying that we were moving into the Hilliard home, and at that time they were relatively a new project area, they had round walls, and but I distinctly remember her saying that we're going to go into the public housing, we're going to live there, you're going to go to school, and we're going to save money, and you're going to move out and make room for the next family that needs it. I distinctly remember her saying that.
Okay.
So that was the plan.
Yeah, because I know we learned a lot about how public housing was this kind of paradise at first, to where they were really nice homes and stuff. So that's why we were interested about if when you moved in you thought it was this great place, but you had more of an idea of it being just a temporary thing.
I did, but I think you're right. I think it was a very cohesive group. Back then, people knew each other's families, and conditions were good. I mean, plenty of warm water. I didn't even know the hot tanks water ran out until I moved out. The heating was good. I have this dreadful fear of bugs. We lived on the 10th floor. There were no bugs up there flying around. They didn't make that altitude. There was a playground. At that time, there was a swimming pool. It was a concrete kind of a swimming pool in there. But so you had, in the summertime, you were out with people that you knew. You grew up with people right next door to you. I thought it was, I think it provided a good life, a good foundation to move on.
You mentioned you lived on the 10th floor. So just would you be able to describe any stories or memories of like what you used to do for fun as a child?
Oh, sure. 10th floor was, the summer nights were always the best nights, where people would come and hang out or talk about things. At that time, I know there were 5 families on that floor who had